Soul Free with Harlan Friedman, your home for sneakers and culture, starts in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Once again, welcome back to Soul Free here on the Drake Media Network, the Soul Free Radio Network. Of course, we are your home for sneakers and street culture. And, you know, we're doing our thing today. We got something pretty special coming up in a little while. Usually this is when we do our sneaker pick of the week. And we're going to tell you what it is. But listen, this shoe is so hot, it's raining out today. I don't even want to take the box out of the house. That's how hot the shoe is. But next show, we're going to show it to you. All right. We just got the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 lows, the Black Phantoms. You can't get them anywhere. So not only is the sneaker incredible, so any low Jordans is like my jam, but each shoe, instead of coming in a bag like shoes usually do, or wrapped in the tissue paper, each shoe comes, ready for this, in a Travis Scott Nike Jordan limited edition bandana, wrapped like a little baby in each bandana with the shoe. So we're going to bring those in and show them to you next show. And, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. For us sports fans, the world stops for the next 5 weeks because it's the NFL playoffs. And who better to have on this show this time of year than somebody who has the experience of not only being in the NFL playoffs, but being the last team standing when he won a magic ring with the Green Bay Packers. We got my guy Gary Brown up in here. What's up, man?
What's happening, boss? Good. Thank you for having me.
All right, always. Everything's good, man. How you doing?
Not bad. Last time I saw you, it was a little chilly out. I think today a little rainy, but it's warm. I'll take that all day.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm doing good, man. I know you're doing great things with your Gary Brown, the Dream 68 Foundation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, tell me what's new with that.
What's new with that? First starters, I'm pulling my hair out. I don't have much left. You see that?
You did a really good job.
I did it evenly.
Yeah.
We have our first big event, fundraiser, coming up in January 29th. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be actually an AFC NFC watch party.
Wow.
So it's not going to be your typical sit around a round table and listen to speech kind of fundraiser. It's more of a entertainment, high spirited, rep your team, wear your jersey, no dress code, just come have a good time. Good food, everything. It's going to be at Simplay and Hop Hog.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about that. It's my first one, so I'm nervous and excited, all in the same.
So let me ask you something. Now I'm going to be very bold here.
Go ahead.
Who do you think the Chiefs will be playing that day, and who do you think the Eagles will be playing that day, sir?
So we're certain that the Chiefs and the Eagles are going to be there that day.
Yeah. I'm feeling that the Chiefs and Eagles will make an appearance there.
I don't know who the Chiefs are going to be playing because it's like a roll of the dice, you know.
Yeah.
Being an ex-NFL player, I get a lot of friends. Hey, give me this pick. I said, bro, if I knew, I would pick it myself.
Yeah.
I don't bet because 100%. I don't know. But I think the Chiefs and the Eagles are good to say that they're both going to be playing that day, and I don't think it matters who they're going to be playing. It's going to be up to them. If they're playing their best ball, nobody could beat them.
Yeah.
Either one. It's going to be exciting to see which one of those high-powered offenses and which defense is going to really show up for their team. So I played offense, and I know offense wins games and defense wins championships. So let's see what defenses show up. Who do you think is going to be their opponents on those days?
Man, all right, look, I'm playing the sentimental card right now, and I'm standing with America. Man, can you imagine if the Bills show up on that game?
All the writings on the wall.
Oh, I get the chills thinking about it.
All the writings on the wall, and I had this conversation earlier.
Yeah.
The history that Buffalo has with, being there consecutive years.
Oh,
and not
4 in a row.
It.
4 in a row.
And then their heartbreak after beating the Chiefs last year, and then their heartbreak behind that. It was just weird. And then this year with everything going on with them, between the storms and then the injuries, and then I feel for the Buffalo fans.
Right.
I would love for them to win it.
Right.
Win it all.
Right.
The reason I say that is because winning a Super Bowl puts everybody in the city on such a high.
Oh,
I've witnessed it. When we won in '96, we got back to Green Bay. It was, 20 degrees out. And we had a convoy of people follow us from the airport all the way to the stadium. And it was like a 3-hour ride that we took that's really done in like 15 minutes. but it was such, and the people, the whole city was on a high. I would love that for Buffalo.
Yeah.
They deserve it. That doesn't mean you get it.
No.
The best teams
Nope.
don't always win the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And who's playing best that day or that time of the day. So good luck to them.
Yep. And it's true, when it comes to fans, I don't think any fans go harder than football fans. I don't think any fan stands by their squad. I mean, me being a Jets fan, I don't know what victory's like. I heard about it from, my ancestors.
Yeah.
But, especially, I mean, my dark horse, right, on the NFC, it's the New York Giants. That's my dark horse.
One thing that Eli has taught us is that your quarterback doesn't have to be flamboyant and brash and throw 10 touchdowns a game.
You need a solid QB.
He has to be a QB. Move the ball, control the clock, and don't make errors.
Yep.
They're not asking them to get us a field goal, get us good field position, and if not, put them in bad field position. Control the time of the clock, and they can win. They have a great defense. They're playing good ball. Their up front guys are getting to the quarterback.
Yep.
Their defensive backs are coming away with takeaways. You can't ask for anything. That's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to play them.
Nobody
wants to play them.
Nope. That's a dangerous team right there.
Yeah. And if Buffalo can't win, the next best thing might as well have New York win.
Yeah, right.
The city will be buzzing.
Oh,
might have to have another party.
Oh, my Lord.
Another fundraiser, right? 2 weeks later.
Right? Yeah. Well, January 29th, I know it's all going down out here at Long Island, Hop Pog. You got the 20 by 20 video wall.
Yes.
Football's a game you need to watch large.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And we might be scratching the wall because they have these big, humongous projectors in there with the TVs on the side, and the 20 by 20 wall is going to take up too much space. So you can't be too close to those LED lights. You got to back up. It's going to limit my room. And we're getting a good turnout. So I want anybody and everybody who wants to come in good spirits, come have a great time, come cheer on or not cheer. We're going to have raffles and prizes and games, longest putt, longest drive, all kind of stuff we're doing. They're the virtual games there.
Yeah.
So you want to throw a football, you come do that too. So it's going to be a good time.
Can we do the $1 million 25-yard field goal and bring Gronk in for the day?
If he brings the $1 million wisdom,
if he brings the million?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely. You can make those connections happen.
All right. So, Gronk, listen, you're out there. I know you're on the bench right now. You're not doing anything. I mean, I know you're going to be rooting for your boy, who I'm sure is going to make a run. But if you're not doing anything on the 29th, come on down. The Gary Brown Dream 68 Foundation can use you. Bring the $1 million.
Yes.
All right. You know what? Bring $1 million and 10,000. Drop 10 to the charity. You got it. And take the practice. This could be the practice run for the Super Bowl for your 25-yard field goal.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. And we don't even want to cut it. We'll help you get better.
Yeah.
Come on, teamwork.
Yep.
Teamwork make the dream.
This guy will block for you while you try that field goal.
And you know how important offensive linemen are. Let's make it happen, buddy.
Yep. Absolutely. So, just to talk about a little bit what happened, this year, and especially, talking about the Bills in particular. When DeMar went down, DeMar Hamlin, wasn't even an injury, cardiac arrest on the field. Did you know that something different happened when you saw that?
I didn't.
I
did. I was on the news the very next day on Channel 12 talking about it. And I didn't. I didn't know that it was a freak accident.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, it could have happened, an hour earlier or the next day or, in the mall, anywhere. The beautiful thing is that it did happen on the field where he had medical attention right away because every second counts when you have something, when you stop breathing. Every second counts, So he was right there on live television and got the attention he needed. The miracle part is that he walked out of the hospital today. And I said that at the news the very next day. I'm like, you know what? Yes, it's a tragedy, and football is going to wear the black eye for it. And no matter how much scientists and doctors say it wasn't the act of football or the hit, parents are going to say, no, my kid's not playing because of certain, but they'll let their kid go roller skate or skateboarding with no helmet on. So I'm happy for him. I said that the bigger the tragedy, the bigger the comeback and the triumph of the story, and that's amazing stuff. So I'm happy that he's feeling better. He's discharged from the hospital. He's with his loved ones and family. So everybody's on a high right now. I'm hoping for a full recovery. We don't know what that looks like yet. The real miracle story to me would be him being able to get back on the field again.
Oh, yeah, and that's all he wants. That's all he wants.
I've been through my stuff. I've been through my share of injuries. I was paralyzed and told I was never going to walk again, and I know what that does for an athlete's mind, his psychic, and all of those things. That's your worst enemy. So prayers for him, his family, and anybody else going through anything. Everybody in the world goes through stuff. You go through stuff. I go through stuff. That's kind of what my book is about. I don't even know if do you know my book came out?
I didn't. You've got a book?
Yeah, I had a book.
You've got a book?
It got released this summer, and it's called Reflections of a Champion. And it's not a football book, but there are football stories in it. But it's a story. It's a book about overcoming adversity, and it's made for a fifth grader, fourth grader, up to a 110-year-old legless vet. Anybody in between can get something out of it, and it's about overcoming adversity. It's about dealing with setbacks and how to get back on the horse and how to get out of your own way. Sometimes we hold ourselves back.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. I got to gift you one.
Oh, absolutely.
I have one in the car for you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And if you're saying a fourth or fifth grader can read it, then I can understand it. So
well, it was made that way. It's an easy read.
That's what I need.
And it's to the point. It's trimmed down. There's no fat. You know, I'm not doing word count. So I very, 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 very much like, it's a good, solid, quick read. And
I love it.
I would love to get your opinion.
Oh, please. I'll check that out for sure.
Awesome.
And that's such a big thing. Once again, we're here with Gary Brown, Super Bowl champion. There's not a lot of people who can, there's a lot of MDs, there's a lot of PhDs, there's a lot of Mr. and Mrs., but there's not that many Super Bowl champions that can introduce themselves in that way. And once again, on January 29th, Foundation, the big fundraiser.
Kickoff 3 o'clock.
Kickoff 3 o'clock.
No tickets sold at the door, so get your tickets online. Eventbrite, you go to my website, GaryBrownDream68.com, and it'll take you right to it.
Yeah. Are we eating at the party?
Hell yeah.
What do we got? What do we got?
So this is the thing.
Yeah.
Depending on who's in the game, the menu's catered around who's in the game.
Oh,
so
wow.
If we got some Philly players at Philly, we're going to have some hoagies, some Philly cheesesteaks.
Oh, nice.
Buffalo's there. We got to have the wings.
Yep, yep.
I would love to get them from the
Anchor Bar.
Anchor
Bar. Yeah.
Yes, I would love to get them from Anchor Bar. Maybe we can make that happen. I got a lot of family in Buffalo.
All right.
Might be able to do that.
All right.
So when you come, make sure you bring your appetite. So
Yeah.
There's going to be some good food. Sponsored by Dang Barbecue because, they run that place. And Anthony Mastrioni is a great friend of mine. He supports me with all the work I do at my foundation.
Well, that's great.
The homeless and everything else. So it was only right that he's the man to provide the food for this. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great food. And if anybody's been at Dang Barbecue, you might wouldn't have cancel your New Year's resolutions that day because they throw down.
Well, it's funny when you said, whatever city makes it, that's going to dictate the menu.
Yes.
All of a sudden, I'm like, let's go Dallas.
Let's go Dallas.
So we get some barbecue.
Get some brisket.
But now we got
down their alley.
All right, so now we're good there.
So let's root for the teams with the good menus.
Yeah. Forget the Bengals. Nobody. I mean, what are we going to
get from Cincinnati? I don't even know.
I don't know. I literally don't know what Cincinnati's known for.
I don't know. That's a good one.
Right?
You got to Google that one. That's a Google question.
They send Pete Rose.
That's a good trivia question. I'm going to use that in nice trivia. Mm-hmm. So if you show up, that might be a trivia for that day. So don't cheat.
What's Cincinnati known for? I'm going to say like Applebee's.
Besides losing.
Chili's.
They had some bad luck over there too.
Yeah.
I really wanted them to do well sometime because they got the curse over there as well. So
yeah.
We'll see. Football, I like for it to change hands. I don't want one team dominating.
Yeah.
I think it's good for the city. It's good for the community. There's so much more. Winning brings so much more to the cities, and hope. And everybody should have a little bit of it.
I love that traditionally. When you get to the, not the AFC, NFC finals, but the round before.
Yes.
When you got that final,
it's gritty.
the final eight.
It's gritty.
It's
sad. Nobody wants to go home.
Nobody wants to go home. And there's always, if you're looking at statistics and numbers, there's always 4 clear winners in that round. And usually 2 of them win, and 2 are complete upsets.
Yeah.
And any given Sunday.
And the teams that are in it this year have all been victim of those upsets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so funny with Buffalo and Kansas City. It just keeps ringing in my head. The heartbreak and that one team suffered one week, and then the very next week that the other team suffered it. You know, and it's like I saw either one of those teams winning the Super Bowl, and they both, you know. So that's sports, man.
Yep.
Nothing's that's why I don't bet on it, because nothing's any given Sunday.
Nothing's guaranteed.
Any given Sunday.
I'm just thinking, you know, I know the Niners are playing the Seahawks in the first round. And just as far as the charity goes, as far as, you know, raising funds at the Gary Brown Dream 68 fundraiser on January 29th, I mean, if San Francisco winds up there, you're going to have to get crabs. You're going to have to get Ghirardelli chocolate.
You know, I played in San Fran for a year, and it was at the end of my career, but it was an appreciated year. I got an opportunity to play with Steve Young and Jerry Rice and Morton Hanks and all of these legends, and just to see how they work. So I wouldn't mind that. I got a couple of buddies that's some San Fran fans.
Okay.
So there'll be some gold jerseys in there, flossing, and
okay.
So, I'm excited. Yeah.
But on the flip side, if Seattle makes it, first of all, you know, once again, the Jets' curse shows true.
What do I have for Seattle? Coffee.
Coffee.
Espressos.
Yeah, coffee. A little coffee.
You're
going to raise 5 times as much.
Yeah, a little cups. One bag of coffee go a long way with those little cups.
Yep. Watch the Jets curse again with the great Geno Smith doing
his
thing.
I want him to do well.
I do too.
Do. I really do. Because that's another triumph story. You know, overcoming adversity, being counted out, and then getting a shot and taking advantage of that. I think he's playing good ball.
Yeah.
Whether it's his understanding with Pete Carroll or what have you, but it's working, and I would love to see him do well. I think he's a different quarterback than he was when he was with the Jets. He's more of a humble, focused, studious quarterback, and you know, I love success stories. I love underdog stories.
Yeah.
That's what TV's made on. You know?
Yeah.
The Hallmark Channel. It's in football too. There's a story behind all of this stuff.
Especially with Pete Carroll out there, and it makes you think that Russell Wilson's kind of wishing he still had Pete a little bit.
What's going on with that, man?
I don't know.
I don't know how that got tanked. Like,
I don't know.
You know, everybody was looking for something like this with the Brady stuff and that split up.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming? Like, you know.
Yeah.
I thought Russell made Pete, and obviously, you know, sometimes it's a coaching thing. Sometimes it's just that understanding barrier, or that my way or the highway thing, and maybe not playing to his strengths. But at some point, just being an athlete got to take over.
Yeah.
You know, and I just don't. That chemistry is all wrong over there. I don't know what it is, or they need to, whatever they put in those ingredients, they need to throw it out and start that cooking all over. Let it slow simmer, you know?
Well, look, once Peyton leaves the program, it's not, not the prettiest. And maybe, maybe Peyton's like the deal with the devil.
Yeah.
I mean, the Colts really haven't been that special since he left.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Broncos.
They've been shaking the dice and shaking and shaking. You can't knock them. They're trying.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's not on the field.
Yeah.
You know, people forget that this is a big business.
Yeah.
Major business.
Yeah.
And if you have two factories selling the same thing in Hauppauge right there.
Yeah.
And that one leadership, top offices ran smooth and in conjunction with each other, and the other ones ran like, you know what, I'm going to give you this draft pick, I'm going to take the next one, and my guy's going to be better than yours, or whatever that dysfunctional office is. No matter what the product is coming out, one's going to be better than the other.
100%.
And that's the same thing with sports, man.
Yeah.
If your front office is doing good, you're going to put a good product on the field.
Mm-hmm.
You may not win the Super Bowl, but you're going to have a good product out there every week.
Yep.
And if it's not being ran, you're going to have to make excuses all year long. And that's what's going on.
So, Gary, I got another question for you. All right. So you go from, high school star here in Long Island. You go on to play one of the biggest football programs in the world, at Georgia Tech. And then obviously you go on to your NFL career, drafted by the Steelers, onto the Packers. You get your chip, yada, yada, yada. This show is about, sneakers and street culture, fashion, whatever it might be. What was the one, you sign your contract, you go to camp. What was the one absolute flex you did for yourself? Was it a pair of shoes? Was it a suit? Was it, we're going to see it?
I don't want to mess up the microphone. This cross was the first piece of real jewelry I bought myself, and I wear it every day to this day.
I love that.
And I don't have any trunk jewelry. I don't have anything. And then to floss a little bit, I got a little NFL one after.
Okay.
So but these are what took me through it, and reminds me of I don't want to say warrior, but it reminds me of always get back on the horse. You know, Football teaches you no matter how good or how bad that last play was, forget about it. 'Cause
Yep.
it will haunt you.
Yeah.
If you focus on how bad you played that last play, you're going to continue to play bad. If you focus on how good you did last play, you're going to get beat. So I take each day and each play separate. I do what I'm supposed to do and let you're going to be brought with life challenges.
Yeah.
So that was my first and only real flex.
Okay.
And then for me personally, sneakerhead, I'm always a Nike Air Force One guy.
Okay.
And being in Green Bay, Wisconsin, to come out your house every day with a different Yankee hat on, absolutely blew people's mind. They're like, that's not a Yankee blue. What are you wearing a red Yankee hat? What are you wearing a purple? And I'm like, this is what I do. I'm a New Yorker through and through, and you're going to see it every day. And that's my claim to fame. Everybody knows me for all my Yankee hats that I used to wear. I don't even wear that many hats anymore. I don't have anything to cover up. But when I did, I really rocked my Yankee hats and my Air Force Ones.
So you rep New York on the feet and you rep New York on the head. I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it.
The middle don't matter.
No.
Changing a T-shirt, and you're good. You're ready for the White House.
The middle is whatever.
Whatever.
Air Force One's on the feet and the Yankee hat. I like that.
Absolutely.
I like that. So, you were just talking about, getting over that bad play, getting over that adversity, and of course that's the subject of your book.
Yeah. Reflections of a Champion. And it's just about, playing things back and how serious and important certain situations were in my life that could have set me back or took me off course. And how I responded to it and how there's times I knew something wasn't for me. Let me out. Or I knew I shouldn't be following that crowd. No, you guys are making a right, I'm making a left. And there's little things like that to change the trajectory of your life. Along with after you do all the things right, you still got a lot of luck in there. You know what I mean? It's more than just being talented. You got to be talented. You got to put yourself in position to be successful. And then you got to have you lucky.
100%.
It's with anything else. It's with business.
100%.
You spend money in advertising and doing this and marketing and networking and this, that, and the third. That doesn't automatically bring you business, but you got to adjust on the go and see what's working and what's not working, what's your strengths, what's your weaknesses. Play to your weaknesses more. Let your strength carry you more. It's just, if you play sports, you have the recipe for success. It's just a matter of applying it.
100%. I love that. I love that. Yeah. And I also love the Gary Brown Dream 68 Foundation. January 29th, it goes down.
Yes.
Long Island Hop Hog. The AFC NFC Championship Day. I mean, it's the best day of the year.
It's
legit the best
Super
day of the
Bowl,
year.
It is a very serious time because it's a lot of heartache and heartbreaks on people who lose, but it's a lot of cheering for the people who win and then preparing to go on to the Super Bowl. I'll never forget when we went to the Super Bowl, you know what we did our last week of practice?
What's that?
We practiced like we were in Pop Warner. We practiced all the little things that you learn in Little Leagues.
Yeah.
Hands inside, 6-inch step, head back, butt down,
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, we're not putting in trick plays. We're not, overcoaching. No, man, the bigger the stage, back to the basics.
Back to the basics.
That's what we did.
Who'd you guys take out that NFC Championship?
Of course, we took out New England.
Oh, that's right.
England.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Bledsoe's last, and then came the Brady after that era. But that was just before Brady. That was Bledsoe's last year. It was pretty cool beating them. And I didn't build a dislike for them until after, but Tom Brady and Belichick were so good that it actually, is my ringtone?
Yeah, I like that.
But Belichick and Brady were so successful that they actually made me a fan of theirs. I was actually
I know. I
you
know.
hate them so much that you'd be like, damn, they're good. I'm actually cheering for them. I'm cheering for New England. I like what Belichick's doing over there.
I know. As a Jets fan, as a Jets, it was the same thing. I grew up in the 90s.
This camera just blacked out.
I saw that.
I'm sorry, guys.
God damn it, mate.
Good. Let me turn this off. Good timing, right? Yeah. Power strip, maybe?
Donna, hurry up. Gary's pissed off. He's beating up Mike. Help.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I might have it now. I don't know why I just Okay, I got it now.
And
I'm
we're
sorry,
back.
guys. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still rolling now, okay?
Do you know where it blacked out?
Right
Right when my phone
after you
rings.
said Bledsoe's last year.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you want to just pick it up from
Sure. It's
Brady?
my first rodeo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael, love, you let us want to go, eh? Okay.
So yeah, the following year Brady came in, and him and Belichick went on such a run, and they were so good that you had to dislike them, especially being a New Yorker. And I disliked them so much that I became a fan. I'm like,
I
wow,
know.
who's better than them? Like,
I know.
what a tag team. And then when they split, it was like, who's going to be successful, who's not? So in a small way, I'm hoping that New England does well. I don't
Yeah.
want them to win the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
but I want him to kick butt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to prove that it's me, it's the brains behind the operation.
Yeah.
You know?
It's funny. Like, I felt, as a Jets fan, like, I had to, I'm not supposed to like him,
Not supposed
but
to.
on the DL, I loved him. How don't you love it? That
He is football.
it was
He's
like
one of the best that ever done it.
Yeah, it was like me in the '90s, like being a closet Michael Jordan fan, loving the Knicks.
They kicked the Knicks' butt so much that you had to sit there and watch them. I was at Georgia Tech when they were on that run, and I'm like, oh, let's go to Knicks. And every day I went back to my dorm room disappointed, and I'm like, that damn Jordan, and to the point that you're the best that ever did it. One of the best that ever did it.
The best.
Yes.
The best. We were having the other day. We were having the argument. Not Jordan LeBron, but Jordan Kareem. Like, was there anything more stoppable than the hook shot versus Jordan on the court? I'm still a Jordan guy, but my friend made a
Jordan guy,
very good argument.
My thing is, you still got to get it to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if Kareem wasn't going to bring the ball up under a full court press.
True.
You press him and you leave him open. He's gonna get the ball at half court, and then what? So he needed somebody else.
Right.
Jordan don't.
No.
If you were allowed to inbounds the ball and catch it yourself, he'll go coast to coast, and that's the tenacity that I respected about him. And when people argue who's the best, Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, I don't think it's a fair argument because it's different eras. It's different eras. What Jordan had to endure and what the punishment those guys, they might as well put helmets on and play football back then. There was a rough sport. And I'm pretty sure, I have this thing, I say, the talent, prison is full of Jordans, There's all these guys that made bad decisions that were great athletes, but do they have the mental toughness to make it on that level?
Yeah.
And
that's something different.
I'm not saying LeBron doesn't. I'm not, so before I get hate mail and this, that, and the third, but you'll never know until you're in that situation. And everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, just saying, somebody like a LeBron career could have been over before they realized they were good, just because they couldn't take the mental and physical toughness of the game back then.
Michael never took a mental health day. Just saying.
I played with some guys, and I don't want to mention names, that were as talented. Most talented kids I played with. Yeah. But, when we go into some of the other school districts and guys start giving them those elbows then they start crying and then they don't want to play. And, and it's like, you still got a jump shot. You still know how to play. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get after it. We'll deal with that other stuff later. You know? And so that's where I get that from.
Yeah.
We know how Jordan responded.
Absolutely.
I believe in my heart that Kobe would have responded the same way. I'm not saying anything different about LeBron, but he was a big kid coming out of high school.
Yeah.
So you don't know how he will respond when he got to some of those other big kids or grown men. So, and we'll never know. And I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just saying it's a different era.
There's a great story I just heard about Jordan. When he's the owner, he owns. Oh God. That wasn't when he was with the Wizards. It's the Charlotte
Hornets?
Hornets, right? Yes. The Hornets. So the Hornets got beat up one day. The next day, Michael comes down. All right, he has sweatpants on, a t-shirt, and he throws on a pair of sneakers, and he's in his late 40s at the time. I forget who was telling the story. It was one of the guys who played for the team.
I think I heard this a little bit.
Yeah. They said he came out. First of all, in the game, he dropped like 40-something points in the scrimmage, and nobody had the physical or the mental toughness to beat him.
Yeah.
40-something years old.
I go back to, like, even Kobe. I didn't respect the Mamba mentality until after he passed. Like, I knew he was talented. I knew he was a tough kid. I knew he worked his way for everything. But after he passed away, and you started hearing more and more stories. I have that on my laptop right now.
Yeah.
Mamba mentality.
Yep.
Because it's in any business and any way of life, you look at the really successful people, they have that Mamba mentality.
100%.
They wake up doing it. They go to bed doing it. They're not going to get outworked by anybody.
Nope.
And you hear so many stories about that. Jordan had it, and before he even knew he had it, before it was a thing. And then I play back in my head, I look at the Brett Favres and the Jerry Rices. And I would play. One day I came into practice really early.
Yeah.
Just because I wanted to get there early.
Yeah.
Out comes Reggie White out of the shower. I'm like, damn, you came in the shower before we go work out and practice? He was like, no, I already worked out. I already had a film session. I'm taking a shower before everybody else comes in. And I'm like, this is the great Reggie White, and you're doing all of this at the end of your career. Your name is already established, and this is how you work every day, and you're a legend already. You're a walking, living legend, and here I am walking in to maybe get a little extra film study. That put it in perspective for me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Those are the people with Mamba mentality.
Yep.
And it's something that you can use in every aspect of your life.
I walked in one day to the U.S. Open. I was doing some work with the organization, and I had to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning during the tournament one day. I get there, and I love getting to a stadium or wherever and just taking it in. I walk around a little bit before the doors open. Just, there's nothing like that feel. Yeah. And I walk over to the practice courts. It's like a little bit after 8 a.m., and Serena just finished her first workout of the day at 8 a.m., and she played the night before. And I watched I actually got to watch about the last 15 minutes of her workout.
Wow.
And it's just, it's another level. You understand why people are the GOATs.
Yes. That's what make them that way.
Yep.
They're not born with it. It's made. It's something that, talent is one thing, but, there's a lot of unused, untapped talent out there.
Yep.
Taking advantage of that talent and pushing that talent to its very end is what makes people the greats.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
Oh, you're the best, man.
Oh, man, I
always
love you,
have a
brother.
good time with you, man.
Brother, we got to do this more often. Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
I'm a phone call away. You know that.
Absolutely. And once again, the Gary Brown Dream 68 Foundation goes down January 29th in Hopewell. Go to the website. I guess we're pulling for Buffalo because I'm a wing guy.
I'm pulling for Buffalo. Appetite-wise, we're pulling for Buffalo.
Yeah.
Let's get some ribs on there. Let's get some good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you a flats or leg guy?
I'm a flats guy.
Right? Something about the flat.
You know what? I grew into being a flat guy.
Me too.
I go with, now I get wings. I say, can I have all flats? They look at me like I'm
Yeah.
crazy. I'm like, I think they're meatier, and I just...
More skin coverage with the sauce.
The portion, the ratio is better. And then you can break it up and have two wings at the same time.
Yeah, or you do the bone pull.
We're foodies.
Yeah.
So I did get into food competition eating at one point.
Oh, yeah?
And I realized really quickly it's not for me.
That's tough.
I don't eat fast or a lot.
Yeah.
And watching some of these guys do that, man.
Yeah.
They take that wing and they crush it down. And
yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
I should
Lightning
I
speed.
talk trash and I get me 2 or 3 down.
Yeah.
I'm done after that.
I would just do it so I get a free plate of wings.
Yeah.
Like maybe I get 12 wings while they eat 150. I'm good.
Absolutely.
You know?
I'm still going.
Yeah.
Play the music. All right, guys, bye. I'm still going.
I love
Absolutely, yeah.
So every week we do finish the show up with the soul-free music pick of the week. And this week what I'm doing is, I'm pulling an audible, all right? And I'm going to my friend Gary over here. All right, now, Gary, you were in the locker room with a lot of alphas, a lot of superstars who I'm sure all try to take control of the radio.
Yes.
All right. I mean, whether it's, I don't know. For some reason, I see Brett Favre and his Wranglers with some crap country music that nobody else probably wanted to listen to.
Okay. I got a story about that.
You know, I see Reggie White kind of a little bit more of an old school guy in my head. I see Jerry Rice a little smooth. A little smooth music.
Yeah.
Maybe a little
So
Al-Jabbar.
our era was based on respecting each other.
Okay.
True Fact about Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Every day he walks into the locker room, he may be singing George Strait one day. Next day he may be singing Easy E. His thing varies.
His palette was wide.
He's a flip-flop, jean-wearing T-shirt guy.
Yeah.
That could fit into any place.
Okay.
Right? And then my era, we were big on personal space, so music was played on Walkmans.
Okay.
Very rarely was it played out loud, unless everybody agreed. So my music pick for my game time, you've been in the locker rooms before games where 3 hours to kickoff, an hour before kickoff, 45 minutes before you walk out. So both I wait and I time, I had my little disc player or my Walkman, and when it got to that right time, I hit play, and I had Phil Collins playing on my thing in the air of the night, and those drums coming at the right time.
Oh.
By then, I go, because I have to really calm down before a game, but by the time those drums hit and start going, I'm sweating, my eyes are red. By the time that song goes off, I don't even know if my Walkman makes it to the next game, because it's thrown across the locker room, helmets on, snapped up, let's go.
Oh,
and
man.
that's how I played the game.
You heard it here.
It's offensive lineman, we're controlled violence,
You heard it here. Phil Collins, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. The official soul-free music pick of the week.
I like that.
Via my brother, Gary Brown. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you again.
All right.
Always a pleasure, man.
Love, brother, love. And, check us out. We're on iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, and also here, the Drake Media Network, powered by Binge on Apple TV and Roku and 1,000 other OTTs. Check me out on Instagram at @theofficialharlan. And Gary, I think your Instagram is
Gary_Brown_Dream_68. And you can send me a message there. You can follow. Please do. I need more followers. I gotta get my following.
Follow the guy.
And you can always go to my website with any questions. Gary Brown Dream 68. And we're here to help the community. The money raised here on Long Island stays right here on Long Island. And it's what we do, man. It's about giving back and empowering kids to dream.
Love it.
That's all it is.
Love it.
Awesome.
So dream on, dream on. Once again, prayers up for continued recovery to Damar Hamlin.
Yes.
And you want to go eat some wings?
Let's go eat some wings.
All right, we're out.